What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into Marauders issue number 27. And if you haven't been keeping up with the X-Men, if you haven't been keeping up with the Marauders, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with mutantdom and the island of Krakoa. And with this issue, we are having the return of Lordess Shentel. And with her arrival on the island, Emma Frost has some plans for her. Be sure to buy the comics, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue 27, we are picking up with Kitty Pryde. And she has come to Forge because she needs some help. And she has come because Forge has been trying to figure out a problem for her. Trying to figure out why she cannot use their gates. Unable to have any kind of answer for her just yet, he promises her that he is going to figure this out. Using all the tech at his disposal, he is going to solve this problem. And Forge, he even kind of jokes about it a little bit. He finds it funny because every kind of tech she has ever come in contact with, she has been able to disrupt it in some way or some manner, except for this one, because this one, it disrupts her. But he promises her, this science, it will have the answer. You just need to give him a little bit of time. Now that is when we pick up with Emma Frost and Miss Shentel. And Emma Frost is really just giving her the lay of the land, letting her know everything that has happened, how she got her position, what's going on with the Hellfire Club, so on and so forth. You know, just giving her every little detail about how she came to power and the individuals she has had to deal with along the way. Her biggest issue right now, though, is feeling like she's just spread far too thin. That she is not able to commit herself to something 100%. And because of this, she has been lacking in everything she is doing. At least over the last couple months, that's how she's been feeling. And she tells Emma Frost, to be completely honest, back in the day, I never really wanted any part of mutantdom. But now this world, this island you guys have created, I could see myself helping mutant kind in this way. And Emma Frost lets her know, like, if you really want to help me out, if you really come aboard, first of all, you're gonna have to deal with Sebastian Shaw, which that's not an issue for her in the slightest bit. And because it's not a problem, Emma Frost moves on to her second point, that you can take my chair at the Hellfire Club. And this throws her for a loop because that's not what she expected at all. She expected maybe to help with some budgeting or use her degrees and so on and so forth to help in any aspect she could. She didn't expect to be offered Emma Frost's chair on the Hellfire Club. But with Emma Frost so freaking busy, she has no time to be sitting on the Hellfire Club, especially when she is on the Quiet Council. But that is what picks us up in the skies above Madripoor. And we have 3 stolen Helicarriers. And Pyro and Bishop, they are pretending to be arms dealers. They are going to try to sell these Helicarriers to the Verendi government, posing as Mr. Nobody and Mr. Blade. The government officials, they show up, they look at these Helicarriers, and they're really like, are you kidding me? These things look like they are falling apart. And as Pyro is introducing these Helicarriers, one of them literally falls out of the sky. And so we go from 3 of them to 2. With them trying to pitch these 2, the government officials, they're a little bit concerned because these things look like they're about to fall out of the sky just like the other one did. And they're trying to sell them for $4 billion a piece. Though that is a very steep price, and they try to negotiate, Bishop shuts that down and lets them know, if you want it, it's $4 billion a piece. If you don't want it, we will send it to somebody else. We have other buyers lined up. We're not waiting for your government to try to haggle down the price to $2 billion. And so they make a deal that they will buy those 2 Helicarriers if they can have the salvage rights to the 3rd one that fell from the sky. With Pyro and Bishop making this deal solidified, the government officials, they wire over $8 billion to Pyro and Bishop. And if you're asking yourself, why is Pyro and Bishop pretending to be arms dealers? And that is because they are trying to take money from this government, trying to drain them of every single dime that they have, knowing that they have no right to sell these carriers, knowing that there is no way that they are going to end up getting them. These guys are getting duped out of their money of $8 billion, and they are none the wiser until the real Mr. Nobody and the real Mr. Blade both arrive. With the two of them showing up, trying to figure out what's going on, both Pyro and Bishop, they hightail it and they try to get out of here, recognizing that they need to leave as quickly as possible after just stealing $8 billion. Everyone starts opening fire on them, Bishop absorbing all of this energy and shooting it directly back at them. As they jump off the helicarrier, they are rescued by Kitty Pryde. And so we're about to see the real fun begin. Now, meanwhile, down on the ground, we have Miss Kensington, and she is quickly learning that her friends in the Verendi government, they were not fond of her leaving the fold, and because of this, they send a Reaper assassin after her. But lucky for her, Callisto was nearby, Callisto putting this Reaper down and letting her know that they need to get out of here. That is, after they dispose of this body. And so with her on the run, her biggest concern right now is hoping that she can change her face, finding a way so she is not recognizable. And Callisto has an answer for that, taking her to an old friend at the hospital nearby, a man who is able to rearrange her face and let her look like she is completely somebody else. And though we aren't given a glimpse of this look, I'm sure it's going to play its part in the near future. But that is where we pick up with Emma Frost and Miss Shentel, both of them going up to Sebastian Shaw. And as soon as he sees them, he immediately starts trying to apologize to Miss Shentel, trying to make up everything that he has ever done to her, saying that he will do anything. He will do it no matter what the cost. Name your price and I will do it. This is him trying to make amends, trying to fix anything that he has ever done. Miss Shentel saying, good, if you really want to make it up, then this is what we are going to do. I am going to join the Hellfire Club and it will be your seat that I am taking. Now Emma Frost, she never agreed to this. This wasn't what they talked about, but nonetheless, Sebastian Shaw, he agrees to it without even a question, saying that it would give him more time for the Quiet Council anyway, the same plan that Emma Frost had. Now, both Emma Frost and Miss Shentel, they know that this is something sketchy. Him willingly giving up his spot so easily, there has to be some kind of underlining plot. And though they don't know what it is right now, it is going to show its face in the future. And they just need to keep an eye on Sebastian. Now that is where we pick up with our Marauders on their ship above the skies of Madripoor. And they are having their all-out battle. And while they are battling, Emma Frost and Miss Shentel, they made their way through the gateway on the ship. And just letting Kitty Pryde know that while Sebastian Shaw, he may have stepped down, there's definitely gonna be some kind of ramifications because of this. But for the time, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna drink some champagne and we're gonna say a hoorah. And I think this is one of the most awesome things to see because as everyone is battling around them, Emma Frost and Miss Shentel, well, they throw in a little bit of help here and there. More than anything, they're just trying to have a conversation, not even caring about anything happening around them, trying to figure out why they're even in the midst of this fight. Kitty Pryde letting them know that they just stole $8 billion, and so obviously they're not happy about that. And with the fight continuing on, we have Frost show up, Emma Frost's brother, and he's really just letting them know, like, me and Iceman, we're gonna end up taking a vacation. We booked a vacation, we're gonna be trying to get out of here. I know this might be a bad time, but I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time. And we've seen a huge change with Iceman, because after he freaking terraformed a planet, he really wants to know what the limitations of his powers are now. Going all over the place, trying to test them to the full might. He goes against the ice giants. He goes to Niflheim, and he battles anybody who will fight him, begging for them to send the guys they fight against Thor, saying that we are the people that fight against Thor, and you are beating the crap out of us. Them asking why. Like, we usually know why someone attacks us, why a warrior comes at us, but the truth is, we don't know why you're here. And Iceman lets them know the only reason he is here is to see if he could do this. And now learning that he can, he is really learning the limitations of his powers, or the lack of limitation to his power. But he also lets them know that this is payback for invading Earth, and tells them not to do that ever again. With them all agreeing, we pick back up in the skies above Madripoor, with Miss Shentel, both of our Frosts going ahead and making their exits. Kitty Pryde and Bishop, they stay, and they are here to fight because they are having way too much fun, and they are not ready to go anywhere yet. And so with us picking up with Emma Frost, she is currently trying to find somebody to fill her shoes at the Hellfire Club. Miss Shentel was her option of relieving her of that duty, but she took Sebastian Shaw's spot. And so because of that, she has to look elsewhere. And that elsewhere is our sisters. And though not all of them are necessarily on board with helping her out, they all want to find out how not to become Emma Frost. Either curiosity or a warning, either way, they are willing to take this job. And the one that will be in charge will be the one wearing white that day. That individual will be the one with the final say. And so with Emma Frost trying to do too much, she has taken a little bit off her plate, and she starts to focus her attention on the Quiet Council and Sinister. Now, picking up with Reed Richards, we have Kitty Pryde going to him because she needs some help that Forge hasn't been able to do so far. She wants to be able to use the gates, but Reed Richards, he wants something as well. He wants the memory back that Charles Xavier had taken from him. With Kitty Pryde willing to make this deal, that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. For me, I love the Marauders. I really have enjoyed everything that is going on with them, and we see the Iceman, he's an Omega level without even question. The only question is, what is the actual limitation to his power? Because he is really becoming not Iceman, he's becoming an ice god. You throw immortality on top of that, simply because of the resurrection processes that go on Krakoa, he really is a god by all definitions of the word. Taking on people that can even go against Thor, that would give Thor a little bit of a challenge. And we're seeing Iceman easily knock them out, take them down without any kind of problem. I think the true challenge would see Iceman versus Thor. I don't think Iceman can win that fight, but I think Iceman would give Thor one heck of a run for his money. This issue was really more about the political shift of the Hellfire Club, with Sebastian Shaw and Emma Frost no longer having seats in the club. It's going to be very interesting to see what direction this goes in. And with Reed Richards possibly getting his memory back, what kind of ramifications is that going to have against mutant kind? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.